My name is Eliana and this is my social action presentation. During this presentation I will talk about the meaning of social action, the different ways you can take social action, and my own ideas. During my social action unit I've been asked to identify its definition as well as its purpose. It's important to know what you're creating so you can make an effective piece. Social action and community media is a form of advertising, a form of advertising a specific topic that's not commonly spoken about, and this is one done through interaction with a group or individual, and it's especially organized action towards social reform. The purpose of a piece of this type is to raise awareness, make an impact, or a positive change. There are different modes in community media you could undertake. You could either do print, radio, or moving images. In print, you could create leaflets, posters, or start a campaign, or even use photography, things such as billboards. You have radio, which is more verbal. You can discuss and debate unspoken topics or share personal experiences. In moving images, you can make a short film based on real-life events. This could be things such as homelessness, bullying, or a tragedy. You could also make a TV advertisement, and also documentary, which is the one I'm leaning towards. What can you raise awareness on? There are a million different things you can raise awareness on. It depends what you're passionate about. These are a handful of things that I picked out. You have knife crime, mental health, child abuse, illness and diseases. But as I said, you can pick whatever you feel passionate about. Then there are also different ways you can take social action, and you can do advocate, educate, engage, unite, or speak out. And within the following slides, I'll talk about them in more detail. You have educate, and this could be done through developing educational workshops in schools and in colleges for your peers. You could either introduce participants to practical skills, techniques, or ideas. You could also educate the community, things such as raising awareness that the majority of people are unaware about. And this type of social action is done most commonly within the documentary genre. Then you have advocate, and this is a way you organize a letter writing campaign. This helps provide publicity for your cause. A newspaper could decide to print your letter out, and not only will it help raise awareness to your cause, but it could also spark a debate or even inspire people to take immediate action. Then furthermore, you could start by creating a local petition for local representatives, and this type of social action's purpose is to make a change. Then you have unite, and this could be done by organizing a school or a college event to help raise awareness on your cause and get students to take immediate action. You have, this unites people in a way that makes them share the same goal and put their differences aside. Here are some examples. You have National Lupus Awareness Month. You have Wear Pink, where students wear pink ribbons or pink clothes for breast cancer. Then you have Red Nose Days, where people in school wear those red nose things. Then you have Speak Out, and this is a really creative form of doing social action. You can either make a painting, a comic book, or even a drawing, but you could also make a performance or something drama-based. Then you have Engage, and this is where you commit to change your behavior and your actions in some way and start a campaign to also encourage others. Here are some examples, such as donating your hair for cancer patients, where they make wigs out of them. And then you have Jessie J a few years ago, she shaved her hair off for Red Nose Day, and this encourages people to make a change and try it out as well and help other people. Here I've been looking at some print examples, and I will show you guys them now. Here you have an anti-smoking campaign. You see that there's a kid, and there's smoke covering his face and it's shaped in a plastic bag. This illustrates the harm smoke poses to children, like the suffocation. The fact that they used a child to model it and not an adult or teenager shows how vulnerable and how helpless a child is. They can't make smoke stop, and they don't understand what it does to their bodies. This is also a visual representation of the long side effects of smoking. You can see that the plastic bag isn't as tight around his head, but it could be tighter. Then I have a night crime poster, and this is really simple yet effective, and it uses juxtapositioning. You can see in one picture that There's a hand that is smudged with blood, which shows the murderous intents we have, the bad intents, the bad things we could do with our hands. Whilst on the other hand, you could just see a red hand with a heart in the middle, which illustrates the caring side, the loving side of being human, and it says, hold on to a life, hold on to a life, not a knife, which shows that we should care for others instead of taking life away. Here you have some more examples. This is a domestic violence campaign ad. An ad poster. And this is made by a makeup brand called Avon. And you can see that the goal of this is to encourage women not to hide behind the domestic violence that they've been through, not to hide the scars or the bruises with their makeup. And it says, one thing Avon doesn't want you to cover up with makeup, which makes this poster that's really simple yet more empowering. Then you can see that it's written in bold. Then here I have another poster, and this is a drink driving poster. It says, all the people you meet driving while intoxicated. This poster is really direct, it's grey, it's dull, it's really depressing, and it just shows the aftermath of what could happen. Instead of ending up home, you could end up in a hospital injured or dead. Here I have some movie image example, and I will play that now. Well, basically, this is just a drunk driving prevention ad. It illustrates how drastic everything can turn out in a matter of moments, and this purpose is to shed light on drunk driving, and that it could be fatal not only for yourself, but also for your friend who you care for. What was really effective in this ad was the fact that it used repetition. It put emphasis on the word die, and it was really effective and direct and put perspective to drunk driving. Here I have another movie image example, but this one is just a screenshot, and this is basically about a woman who's calling emergency services. At first she thinks he's prank calling because he's trying to order a pizza, but then he realizes he's talking in code, and the emergency operator understands that he's talking in code. And he basically can't talk because he is going through domestic violence. Throughout this whole video, there's no person, no people acting in it. It's just the voiceover, and it shows scenes around the house. First it's beautiful, then it shows a mess around the house, it shows a wall that has been punched in, which made it so effective. And the fact that he used a real recording, this was real, nothing of this was fake, is what made this so powerful, and you really get to think how bad people have it. Then, for my social action project, I am creating a young carer documentary, and I will be interviewing support workers as well as young carers, and we'll go into investigation to why young carers are invisible within society. My target audience will be under the age of 18 because young carers are under the age of 18, and I will also be targeting educational places such as schools or colleges because most teachers are unaware that some of the students are young carers. The purpose and the goal is to help shed awareness to young carers, also the support services they have to offer, and make teachers and schools more aware of their students' lives. Challenges that I've overcome was waiting for a response when I called the organization that I'm trying to work with. It took some time, but eventually they got back to me. I will be working with Home Group, and Home Group is mainly a housing association. However, they also have invested in creating a mental health and support services for young carers. I've contacted the manager through email, and he's willing to work with me on this project. They offer one-to-one support and aim to make life easier for young carers by taking some of the responsibility away, and they offer young carer support groups where they can socialize and meet new people, make friends, because young carers don't have time to have friends and stuff like that because they have to care for either their parent or their siblings. Here are some of the conventions and techniques used in documentaries. They have factual topics, convey multiple different opinions or sides of the story. There's usually commentary. You will see the filmmaker talking over a certain scene. There's voiceover. The filmmaker can directly talk to the viewer, offering information or explanations and opinions. Then most documentaries are dramatized due to the soundtrack and the music. It gets really, you can really feel empathy for the characters in it. There is also intervision documentaries, which gives the viewer a sense of realism, and there's reenactment. These are artificial scenes used for the event, which has been reconstructed and acted out. And that was my presentation, so any questions?